Hey fellow Star Citizens, Scrapjet here. A couple of weeks ago I made a video about running laranite and titanium from Bezdek on Ariel to Hurston and how to make big money doing it. Well, it looks like I need to amend that video a little bit. Someone in my org pointed out to me that the reclamation and disposal warrant salvage yards on Hurston can now be arrived at by Quantum. Before 3.17, you had to do all kinds of manual navigations to get there, if at all. I can never find it on a regular basis, at least not easily. My orgmate pointed out to me that while completing the usual laranite and titanium run, you could include a short scrap run and make an additional like 30k. I think it was like 32k is what UEX told me. So I figured, sure, why not give it a try. While it does add around 10 minutes to your total route, I think it's definitely worth considering. So to demonstrate, I'm over at Hurston Central Business District about to sell my wonderful load of metals that I just stored over the spaceport. So I'm going to go over here to my favorite terminal because, you know, there's no glare over here. And first we're going to sell what I got in my C2. There's my laranite. So this is about 130,000K I just made doing this. Alright, so now the C2 is empty. Now let's turn around and let's find my C2 again. And let's fill it with scrap. Yeah, baby, scrap. Destination is full. Costs you 93,000 to load up the C2. So I think this is also not a bad route if you don't have a lot of, like if you don't have enough credits to fill your C2 with titanium and laranite. I would do this. 93,000 you're full and you're going to make like 32,000 a run. That's not a bad deal. And you stay on Hurston. I think you kind of have to leave the atmosphere. I had problems finding the quantum marker, on the planet for the salvage yards, unless I went out to an orbital marker and then looked back. Then I was able to find it pretty easily. So anyway, we'll see what happens. So we're gonna purchase scrap. Got it. So we paid 93,000 for that. And now we're just going to head on over to Spaceport. And the salvage yards, they're interesting. I've been there a couple times now. It's easy enough to find. There's no landing pad. And of course the C2 is a pretty big ship, so you need to find a nice flat area to land on, which they give you looks like two decent size, basically the equivalent of pads, just not pads. And there's no armistice zone, so even though I didn't see anybody there, I'd still bring something with me. Just I bring a sidearm, a little pistol, just in case. But that was the only thing that kind of like, okay, that's a little.
Stand by and let passengers disembark before
That's a little worrisome. But the facility itself is pretty neat. It's very well designed. It looks like a scrapyard. And when we get there, I'll show you the building you have to go into and where the trade terminal is located. Really, it's a very quick in and out type of ordeal. I think I spent more time getting in and out of the C2 than I did actually going to the building and making the sale. I've also noticed I've been having a lot of 30Ks recently. I don't know if everybody else has. The only good part of the, well, I call them 30Ks, but it runs the gambit of a true 30K or the app crashes. Or even my internet goes out. I had the internet go out on me once. And
Please have spaceport. Please watch your step when disembarking the train.
with the exception of one instance, it actually recovered pretty well. I was pretty happy because in all instances,
Trespassing or attempting to trespass on train tracks is a serious...
I had some amount of cargo, so I was pretty happy with that. There was only one instance where I lost my load, my cargo load. I wasn't very happy with that. And it was weird. It happened when I had retrieved the ship. It was here at Hurston. I retrieved the ship. I was literally in the hangar with the ship, and as I was approaching it is when I can't remember if it was the 30K or the app crashed. It was one of those two. And I woke up in Hurston, in the apartment, and I thought, well, okay, not a big deal. I'm sure my ship is fine. It was not. I had to claim it, and I lost. Fortunately, it wasn't a lot. I lost my scrap, is what I lost, which was 93,000. I was okay with that. Believe me, it's much better than losing the laranite and the titanium. That would have been a problem.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
Alright, so C2.
Vehicle selected. Stand by. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location. Please visit us again.
But so far, I've had, interestingly, it was application crashing, and it happened both times on aerial, literally doing the exact same thing. I just made a purchase. I just bought some laranite titanium. I'd just gotten out of the atmosphere. I'd already plugged in Hurston, as my destination. And literally, as I was going into quantum, I just hit the B button, held down the B button. As it was telling me it was going into quantum is when it failed. And I've had twice now today happen to me. And where am I going? 4. And yeah, both times, which is interesting. So I made sure when I filled out the little, the little bug thing they have you type in and submit to them, I made sure I let them know that this was the second time today from that exactly the same problem. So it should be pretty easy to replicate for them, I would think. But the good side of that was that in both instances, I immediately, went back into Star Citizen, and as soon as I spawned, I was standing in the middle of my ship in the I don't know what you would call it, not hallway, but inside the top deck of the ship. And once I got into the Once I got into the cockpit, I was basically in orbit around Hurston. So basically, I started from aerial in quantum, and it stopped me right at Hurston in orbit. So kudos to them to at least, it looks like if you're in your ship and you have some kind of issue, like I said, 30K or application failing, it looks like they're able to recover. I even took my Saber, my Aegis Saber out to do some bounties.
Crusader Industries, a journey worth taking. Systems on.
And
Okay to launch.
I can't remember, I think that might have been a 30K, but I was in the ship and I was on my way to Crusader, because for some reason that's where they put, your evaluations are out there. So I was probably about halfway to Crusader, and then I had the problem, and I had to restart. And when I came back in, I was literally in the center of the ship. I was actually in the missile bay. And I've seen that before. Oh, I think we can go. I've seen that before with, like where sometimes with the elevators failing, you end up, you'd end up below the floor looking up, and you couldn't really. you couldn't do anything. You could walk around underneath the floor, but you couldn't actually access anything.
Thank you. At least it's here.
So I thought, man, I'm stuck. I'm not going to be able to do anything here. I want to quit and, you know, well, I guess quit and hope I show up back at, or die, you know, kill myself and show back up at Everest Harbor. But instead, I tried moving around. I found I could pass right through the ship, which is great. And then I just, you know, entered back into the cockpit and continued on. It was great. So, like I said, kudos to CIG. It looks like they've kind of got a good handle on it. I mean, granted, they're not stopping them from happening altogether, but at least recovery is better. I mean, I remember ever recovering from any kind of failure application or anything. All right, let's see real quick if we can find. Like I said, I found it a lot easier to find when I kind of blew up to one of the orbital markers, but we'll see if I can find it real quick here. As it's really close. I thought it was only like 20 kilometers away, like almost as far as Edmonds. But when I tried doing this last time, I couldn't find it this way, and I couldn't use the Skyline to find it, to get to it. I could see it, but I couldn't navigate to it. Like, there's Edmond. Yay. I go there a lot for picking up vehicles when I'm leaving Hurston. Yeah, see, I don't think. I couldn't find it. Maybe I just missed it, but it's just so much easier if you go up to the... So let's do that. Let's just go up to the orbital marker and... now watch, I won't be able to get to an orbital marker. Ah, there we are.
Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete.
All right.
Landing gear up.
Now let's see if we can... So we want to go to... I mean, look how close this place is. It's right there. See, it's so much easier to do once you're looking at it from orbit. Yep, got it. So my suggestion is just go up, go to an orbital marker, find it on Skyline, and then just... Oh good, it'll be daytime. I hope.
Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete.
It's located on this little peninsula area, a little spit of land sticking out into their little, I don't know if that's an ocean or a sea or whatever, but it's surrounded on three sides by water. Landing gear.
Landing gear down.
Now, only because I'm recording this and for the whole world to see, will I now land like crap. So, any other time, it'd be like, doink, but no. Even though I can edit it and find the perfect landing. So as you can see, you got a couple large spots here to land on. I've been pulling up over here. Right over here. I just kind of land as close as I can. Lights. Engines. Camera view. Get up. Like I said, we're not in the armistice zone, as you can see. So, you know, I got a nice little sidearm there. Even got a few med pens just in case. Who knows? Who knows? Could be the Wild West out there for all I know. I don't know. So everywhere I go around here, it's like either dark or it's just getting dark. Sun always seems to be setting somewhere around or wherever I go. Anyway, you want to head over here to the windmill, that area. This building here is where we're going. And you want to go onto the first floor on this side over here. You'll find both a Kovacs box and a little mini trading terminal where they ask no questions. And we're going, what do we can buy here? Let's take a look. Nothing. Okay. Well, whatever. I'm not here to buy anyway. So we're going to sell our scrap. Selling it for 128. Huh. Okay. Wow, we're getting a lot more then because didn't we buy it for 93? I'll put it up here in the actual number, but it seems higher than I thought it would be. Like we're actually making more than I thought. Anywho, so there you go. We just sold our scrap and now we're, oops, I was going to get blown away here. Run back to the ship and we continue our run over to Ariel. And that's what I've been doing. I've been running from Ariel to Hurston to the scrapyard here to Ariel to Hurston, you know. And say just take what you usually make on Ariel and tack on for 10 minutes. Really, I think it's just 10 minutes. I mean, I've been yapping a lot here, so when I'm more focused, it goes a lot faster. Just wouldn't be as interesting, I think, if all I did, if all you saw was me with my nose to the groin. Why is this thing not coming down? Interesting. Do we have an elevator issue? Oh, no. Well, there's a 30K for you. That is the, well, not the third 30K, but this is the third failure today I've had. I should have known. Usually when something stops working, like mobiGlass or, you know, whatever, it's because you're about to crash. And it won't even let me in. I'm gonna have to quit. I'll quit. And relaunch the game. And yep, here we are in Hurston. Jeez. Okay. Well, let's go see what the state of the C2 is. And let's see what our finances look like now. Okay. That's not bad. I'm very excited to see what the final number was though, because I really thought it would be like around 32,000 for the scrap. But I think it might be more. But, you know, I can't do simple math in my head, so... Or complex math for that matter, but definitely not simple math.
Welcome to Metro Center. Transfers to the perimeter Space Force.
Whoa.
Be considerate to your fellow travelers. Do not lock doors.
Hey, is Ninetales going on right now? Yeah, look at that. Ooh. I need a little more money. Maybe tomorrow night we'll be talking Ninetales. Because if you can run that, if you've got... I don't have 1 million yet. I gotta get to over 1 million. If you have over 1 million, you can do a med run. Easy. And every time I've done Ninetales so far, the blockade, one time it was a little scary, and I made a video about it. I did it earlier today. The hostiles weren't even there. I just kind of moseyed on in, made my delivery, you know, got paid $600,000 for it, you know. It's great. So yeah, if you got the credits to do it, I would definitely consider it. Even if you don't have a C2, if you have just a small ship, because they pay you a ridiculous amount for a single run. And it's not even a long run. It's from like, well, it depends on where it comes from, I guess. I was coming from Clio on around Microtech, and it was a Crew L5. I don't know where it is now. Like,
to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
it shifts depending on when they started, but yeah, okay, interesting. I can retrieve it even though it's stored at the reclamation and disposal ORNF. Cool. Okay. So anyway, if I were to, if I was really doing a run now, I would just pick up where I left off, and I would continue on to Ariel, make my laranite and titanium purchase, and then head back here again and start all over. You know, buy the scrap, go to Ormond, and then off to Ariel. And make that big circle. Well, it's not even big; it's very small. And if you, like I said before, if you don't have the money to really to commit to doing Ariel, to do the laranite and titanium run, I would just run the scrap. Like if all I had was 100 grand in my back pocket, I'd be running scrap back and forth all day. You know, that's not bad. Like I said, I don't know what the exact figure is. I'll post it here, but it's pretty. I think that's pretty good. I'm going to be starting to do that. I think it's well worth the 10 minutes it takes to run over there. So anyway, that's my addendum to the laranite and titanium run to Ariel. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Scrapjet out.